All right, everybody, let's see if this crap works. Tell you what.
It's not like a Walmart greeter. Get your crap and get out. Is that going to be your future employment?
No, I'm just going to say stuff like this is a cluster.
Okay, keep it.
Foobar.
Foobar. Golly.
Big time.
Hey, it's technology. Nothing's smooth in the tech world.
It's the way of society.
You know what,
And
Zach? It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
What did I say?
Yeah.
And how did I say it?
I don't know. Just remember that when I throw a clipboard at you.
I will tell you this. You did exactly what the tech guys usually say. Shut her down.
Shut her down.
Restart. It'll all work out.
It all works out. All comes out in the wash then. All right, so we're back now. It looks like we have, I hope everybody can hear us. If you're watching us, can you hear us?
Help us out.
Just
comment.
Yeah,
please.
especially we lost sound. Our video was terrible. Not really sure what happened. So we just kind of shut it off and turn it back on and see. But if you're actually on there, I see we got a couple people that are on there.
I think
so. We just kind of
there we go.
Hey, there we go. Hey, Coach Rhodes says yes. So Coach Rhodes, you win a can of diddly squat. Thank you though. Appreciate it.
He hasn't done that much. Diddly squat.
Diddly.
Won. He usually won games.
He did. He did win some games. All right, Zach, let's get into some topics while we still have a show.
All right. Well, we already talked about Pius Vincent. We'll kind of move on here.
I don't know if anybody heard us talk about Pius Vincent. Hey, it was a good game. I mean, it was just
St. Vincent won.
St. Vincent won, and there you go.
Yeah.
On to Cincinnati.
On to Cincinnati. Hillsborough locks up their conference championship. That's at least back-to-back.
Yes.
Conference
Hillsborough
championship.
Ritter game is going to be an interesting game.
So,
that's going to show us, I think, how good Hillsborough is and about Ritter. By the way, that might be one of the games that's mentioned on the
Some other show?
On the Move with the Caravan football preview tomorrow at noon.
I am going
Is that on for free?
Yeah, it's on free. Everything we do is free. Obviously, it has to be for free. I mean, hell, if we charge anybody for this, I mean, people be wanting their money back. They'd be rioting.
Man, people would hate us more than they already do.
Yeah.
Is that possible?
I am.
Hey, if you ask the students over at St. Pius X, I don't know if they can hate this guy over there any more than they already do.
Oh, been a rough week, huh?
That's
For
no,
them.
it's called
it's called admin.
There you go.
Mr. Administration.
I'm not administration.
Oh,
I'm just the hammer.
You have a title.
Well,
Speaks administration.
Doesn't speak anything.
Dean speaks.
I was gonna say, hold on, Dean. Is that teacher? Hold on. Are you dean of social studies? Are you dean? Are you dean of government class? I'm not.
Hey, I was dean of American history today. Yes, but they don't call me dean.
Tony Teague says he ain't paying for it.
you go.
Well, I'm going to tell you something. You paid for our dinner last week. By
right.
golly.
It was
Happy
good.
meal.
You just made me eat on top of my dinner. So, and I was like, I gotta eat it.
No one made you do that.
You know what he
I
asked?
did.
No,
Do you know what he asked
you're the
me?
one who made the choice.
He said, you're looking for all these raffle baskets in silent auction items. He said, raffle off that Albert Pujols signed McDonald box. I mean, that'll go for some big money.
Oh,
I don't even know where it's at. Oh, I
know
do.
that's been
it's in the landfill.
Yeah, authenticated.
Yeah, but
Speaking of,
I'm tell you what, I want to go. I'm gonna go to the Hillsborough Ritter game because if we were to be successful in a couple games,
Right.
Well, I'm going to watch it on Streamline Sports
For
this
free?
Friday for free. Yeah.
wait a minute,
yeah,
I might not go to the game.
Jason's like, well,
here's this new thing called
Wait
the
a minute.
interwebs.
I might
Grandpa, guess what?
I might get on the interwebs.
Look what we got.
It's a Friday night at home. You better take advantage of that. You don't
Hey,
get that
now
very often.
ask yourself a question. Do you want to go and be around a bunch of loud, obnoxious people,
Turn that down.
or
I thought I turned it off.
yeah, good job, Jason. Shooty.
It is off. It ain't
is?
mine.
I don't think it's mine.
Ain't mine. Mine's off.
Zach, you're fired.
My phone's.
Oh wait, you don't know how to use it.
I don't know how to turn this on.
Turn it off.
Okay.
You're like a flip phone guy.
Oh, I love
he
my
was.
phone.
He had a flip phone up
As-
until maybe like last year.
No, it's
Okay,
been,
2
no.
years.
No,
Three.
Probably the
No.
Grandview days.
Well, you had it, I think, when you were in North County.
No.
He had a flip
I
phone.
don't know.
that's
Mandy
very
would,
weird.
have to,
no.
Mandy would have to
Like, how come you haven't responded to my text? It takes me so long to type. I got to push the button 3 times.
ABC 3 times.
So-
my God.
I know, right? And then technology. It's like, how do you do this, Zach? It's freaking Google
Well,
Forms.
I remember when he won his district championship at North County, he was texting me after the game. I was telling him congratulations. It took him like 20 minutes to put thank you, coach.
You could see it. No. So, Jason, my question is would you rather sit at home, or would you rather go be around all these people, or you can just sit in your comfortable clothes, whatever that might be, and for your own thing, with an ice cold beverage,
It's
watching the
definitely
game on your
sleeveless.
laptop,
It's
and you can have another game going on your regular TV.
Jeez.
I sold you on it already.
You had
me.
clothes optional.
I mean, I'm
It's like, oh, Jason, put the clothes on.
No, you go to that game.
It'll be pretty distracting if I stay home with Weston, but I mean, I might do that instead. I don't know. We'll see.
You could put it on the big screen and see it like it's live.
You could, screen record that thing and then just watch it whenever you want, or just go back to it's on demand.
Yeah, it's on.
There you go. See, that's simple.
Watch it anytime.
Streamline Sports, by the way, you can download that Google Play, Apple, Roku, Fire TV, and it works a hell of a lot better than what we've got going on tonight. So
You can watch it anytime, anywhere,
anywhere
for free.
for free,
That's
no
awesome.
sign up fees,
Good
no
stuff.
information. You want to give information?
no
What do you
extra
think about the
nothing.
Hillsborough Ritter game? I mean,
Well, is Romaine playing or not? Does anyone know?
no clue.
I think that's the key.
I
the
think he's
key
only playing
component.
defense.
Is he only playing defense? Is that the case?
I think.
I thought he was playing. I don't know for sure, but
Well, I heard from the biggest thing about this week was they were just wanting to kind of get a good football game in, not necessarily risk postseason and a chance to maybe move in deep into the postseason. I think that's the key at this point.
Isn't St. Mary's? Aren't they in that? If
They're
they
not in
get
that district, but
past,
they go next round.
yeah, the
I
next
think.
round. So I mean it's what we argue all the time about scheduling. Miller and I does, but
Coach Rhodes says yes, he is supposed to play,
there you go.
and
There
Coach
you
Rhodes
go.
might know. So
Coach Rhodes has the inside scoop.
He
He's
has
probably
some
taught
family
everybody.
I don't know. I think it'd be a fun game to go watch live.
Yeah.
I would kind of like to see live Ritter with their speed against the power.
I watched
I'll tell
Hillsborough
you,
play last
Hillsborough's
weekend.
fast too.
I
Now,
watched Hillsborough play last week. Wow.
Okay.
now we're gonna see. Go
Okay,
ahead, go ahead,
okay,
go
yeah,
ahead.
okay. Hillsborough's fast.
Hillsborough's
I'm not
fast.
saying they're not fast.
Hillsborough's
Are
fast.
they?
Comma,
Are they
but.
Cardinal? Are they Cardinal Ritter fast?
It's going to be a contrast of styles because Cardinal Ritter's going to want to spread it out and
Yes.
use speed and space, and Hillsborough is not that kind of team.
No.
but they are fast. They're not.
No.
It's not like they're a bunch of just
Oh, I
slow,
wasn't
strong
saying
guys.
that.
I
I'm
know.
just
I'm
saying-
it's to me, it's going to show how legit they really are
Well,
because
and
I think Ritter's really good, and I think Hillsborough's
Hey,
really good.
and you're going to see Power 5 linebacker and another Division 1 linebacker. You're going to get to see what they look like going against
each other.
Yeah.
speed. I
we,
mean, just
and we
speed.
got a bunch of kids that are probably going to go to the game because we play Saturday at 1, and I can't wait for them to see a team like Hillsborough and how well put those kids are. I hope some of our younger kids go so they can see what the weight room does.
I bet you those
Night and
kids
day.
at Hillsborough know the direction to the weight room.
Yes.
I guarantee
Been
it.
there a time or two,
Yeah,
right?
they might have been there. Yeah, helps. All right, so I mean, we got some good matchups going on. And again, if check out some really good matchups and some previews on the Move with the Caravan football preview with Jim Powers tomorrow at noon. Just have a little show
Yeah.
plug there.
And you're
And-
getting to the point of the season where, your seeding for districts is probably pretty close to where you're going to be at. So I see that a lot of. I'm going looking at the seedings last weekend after the games, and I was looking at a lot of.
You're
the,
struggling with that seeding word. I'm just. But go ahead.
I don't like seeds. But, so,
Spitting seeds,
but
planting seeds.
when you go back and I looked at a couple different districts and I was just going through Mish's website, a lot of the
Did you
point
see ours?
systems. Yes, it's crazy.
We're like
.01.
.01. We're third place.
So
Nice.
I don't understand the point system. Okay, you're
get points.
You're the team that loses by 3-4 touchdowns, and you gain 4 points.
Because you played at a school that's bigger than you.
But a team that wins big doesn't gain any points.
Against a smaller school.
Didn't
A
happen
bigger
with
school.
Pius
Bigger
last
school.
year.
Bigger school. So my point to this is, the point system, where it's at now, I don't see a big fluctuation unless you get beat by a smaller school by more than 13. Is that what it is? I mean, I don't know how it's changed. I don't know the
There's
rules.
math involved, so I'm out.
Yeah, me too. But
I'm sure there's some formulas in the Misha handbook.
there's-
you can
it's-
download it.
It's all explained in the football stuff of where it is. Can I explain it? No.
It's like trying to
But I
explain
know
quarterback
that-
rating formula.
I know that like we're playing Perryville on Saturday, so if we win, they're a class ahead of us, which we're going to automatically get points for that, plus then points for how much we ever beat them. Okay.
if you beat them by 13, you get more points.
Yes.
13 or more.
And so, we want to win out. I think if we can win out and U City loses a game, I think we'll be ahead of them. We may still be ahead of them if they don't lose a game. I don't know.
And even if you don't, and here's the concept that I was looking at as far as a lot of the 2-3 matchup doesn't really affect it. It's who affect you play in a consideration point of who's the 6, who's the 7, who you playing, basically. It's going to be a home game. Either team's going to get a home game in that first round. And, the 6-7 maybe is a comparable matchup.
Well, in our district, I mean, if I look
definitely
at
is.
it's Bishop DeBerg or
Bayless.
who
Yeah.
we just played.
So, I think it's a reasonable matchup across the board either way. But the biggest thing about it is that next round, who's the 2, who's the 3, who gets the host.
Who's the 1? Who's the 5? Who's the 4?
So,
I mean, that's-
a lot of that concept goes into play is I think your top 3 are pretty much locked. Your 4, 5 maybe is close, and then your 6, 7 is pretty much locked as well. So, but in this big
Then
scheme
you
of
got
things-
head to head, and then you can jump and leapfrog head to head.
But how many points do you get? And I was looking at from last week to this week. I took a screenshot of last week before the Friday night games, and then I took a screenshot after the Friday night games. The fluctuation in points wasn't a lot. Like, it didn't go way up or way down. It was within like 3 or 4 points.
Mm-hmm.
So logistically, that tells me that you're not going to go jump up
You
10
can't,
or 11 points.
You can't. You can't.
So I don't think it's going to make a big difference in the next 2 weeks.
It will
how
be
you
on
play.
if you're close in
minute,
points. Yeah.
minute. Yes.
I mean, if you're close in points, it could change.
Right.
I mean, just by math alone, I don't know what they're teaching in Illinois, but in math alone,
They don't teach social studies, civics, geography.
Very Joseph.
Talk about freedom and stuff. They don't teach any of that stuff. They don't understand it. They're just mindless lemmings doing whatever the czar tells them.
Speaking of that, let's just-
detain
Illinois?
They don't
Enough of you
detain
guys.
anyone. They don't.
Hey, Illinois. Hey, they are doing a little bit of math because their football team's ranked.
they are.
Who'd have thought? Kansas ranked, Illinois ranked,
This is bizarro world. If I
Wait a minute.
understand.
not Mizzou.
Wait, not Mizzou. Yep. Who would have thought? Yeah, we all knew. We wanted to think that it wasn't going to happen, but the dire straits of being a Mizzou fan just kick me in the balls. Next year when we talk about them,
Okay.
Don't even give you a chance to say
I'm
we're
serious.
gonna
Don't
win
even
7 games,
get.
8 games.
Don't let me be optimistic. Don't let me say anything
Why-
good.
Why would you ever do
Just
that?
Because I want them to be good.
Jason, you need to be yourself. Don't be optimistic. Don't be positive. Just be yourself.
I have really turned a leaf here, and I
don't know if I like
A
this
spinach
version.
leaf?
No,
What type of
I the positive leaf. I'm,
Kale?
I'm positive
What are you-
Polly.
positive?
Oh, my
Oh,
gosh.
my.
And the show has reached a new low.
So speaking of Illinois,
Oh,
congratulations to my hometown Benton Rangers. They are playoff eligible. Over in Illinois, not everybody is playoff eligible. So you have to have at least 6 wins, and they have playoff points as well.
ahead
Sorry,
and
I'm getting
punch your
excited.
mic again
Yeah, I'm getting a
and
little
make that-
excited. But
Start your what?
I love how they do it over there
Benton?
because
Is that what
every
it is?
Benton
Benton.
Rangers, Benton Rangers.
Benton.
But it's
Bendon.
it really makes a difference on the point system, but You got to win.
Now-
You got to win.
I have a question, Riley. Do you know
win.
their point system in Illinois?
Yes, I sure do.
So
Because I was
Win or go home. I don't
born
know.
and raised and lived in it, so I don't know the system over here because it
all right.
changes.
So
every
wait,
time
you're
I turn
born and
around.
raised in Illinois.
So what?
You are an Illinoisan by heart, right?
Yes.
Root for freaking Kentucky.
Okay.
Doesn't
so your
make
playoff
sense.
system goes off.
It's probably closer than Illinois than Champaign.
So the playoff
Depending on
system
where
points
he's
go
at.
off of if you beat a team, you get a point.
He just
now,
went right around that.
no,
trying.
I didn't even
mayor
ignore,
Mayor's gonna
I
lose
ignore
his
anything
thought.
you guys have to say about Illinois. But here's the thing: you go
Sidestep.
about your teams that you play. If they win, you get a point. So if you beat a team and they have 4 wins, you get 4 points. So your playoff points consider on how many
Talk
teams.
about strength of schedule.
So it makes a difference. Now, you have to play your conference opponents. So if your conference isn't very good, but you still win your games, you're still going to get in the playoffs. So it's all about winning over there. Like you have to win to have a chance. Now,
How do they
you
do
can be
tiebreakers?
you can be in your low end of the seedings.
No.
Yes, I do. So if you be in the low end of the seedings, if you have a team that's 6-3,
Wait for it.
and has the same amount of points, what it goes off of is where you are in the classification of it. So like you may be in a different part of the state. You may be a 6-3 team in the South, so you're going to be in the South region, but a 6-3 with the same amount of points that may be in the North, pushing you to the North side.
He's really talking with his hands.
I am, because I'm pissed off at you guys calling me out for being in Illinois.
We always call you out
for being in Illinois and
Well,
being
tonight I'm all about it.
Kentucky Wildcat fan.
I'm a firm believer I'm an Illinoisan. There you go.
Well, you got time. Jesus saves.
He does. He does. Thank you.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you for my parents for allowing me to live in Illinois.
Are your parents living in Illinois
They
right now?
still do. I don't know. My dad worked
Yeah,
for
but
the
are
state
they
for
loving?
25
Are
years.
they loving it? Are they loving it?
I don't know
Are
if
they
they
really
love it.
proud at the moment?
I don't know if they love it, but they still live there.
I mean, the only good thing is you can gamble on your phone.
Or you can
Yeah,
do a lot of
Illinois.
thing and still be running free.
You can
So,
you can buy the sticky icky.
God, sting.
You can do those things.
Oh, boy.
I'm just saying.
Speaking of that, let's go on
Speaking
to
of-
another topic,
Topic.
here.
Well, so
Topic
two.
other local stuff. So
Yes.
you have, and you guys you're gonna laugh, and you're gonna laugh. You have the SEC of high school, Missouri high school cross country, their conference championship, their conference meet is this weekend, and we're talking about our very own the JCAA. You have right now. This is every single school in the state of Missouri. Hillsboro's number 4.
Yep.
Festus is number 5. Perky's 23. This isn't class 4. No.
Oh,
This is
751 schools.
that, well, however many it actually has cross country. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Across the board.
Roughly about
Then you throw in
680.
DeSoto and those guys and gals, Windsor, they've got some studs as well. I mean, it really, and that's just the large school side. That's just large. We're small school as well. There's going to be lots of guys and gals are going to make it to the state rounds. But I'm going to tell you right now, anything about cross country, and Blair, you can speak into more depth and detail about it. I think this weekend you're probably seeing one of, if not arguably, the best meet that the state's going to have.
I totally agree. I think you're going to have some of the most quality cross-country runners in the entire state, if not in the entire Midwest, running in Festus at West City Park.
There'll be a lot of value there.
I tell you,
Oh yeah, there'll be some value.
I'm telling you what. If you're not doing anything Saturday morning,
Go watch some people run.
from 10 to about 1 o'clock. Come
Real
out
fast.
and
You
watch.
gonna be doing anything?
Yes, I got plans Saturday.
Yeah, you'll be coaching. But I tell you what, you will be
Chad run
impressed
fast.
with coming out and watching from 10 o'clock to about 1 o'clock. You will be truly impressed with the amount of talent that is running the streets of this county.
I mean, no harm. There's no harm. And I know that we have avid cross-country lovers in this county.
Two of them at this table.
I just can't get into it.
Have you ever, hold on,
And you
time out.
won't.
Have you ever gone to a meet?
Yeah, I
Yes.
ran cross country. We had to.
You
It
had
was
to.
yeah. Our basketball coach was the cross country coach. They started it so we could do preseason conditioning.
I'm gonna
He
tell
said,
you
"You
right
guys
now."
don't have to run cross country. I don't have to play you." Okay.
Boy, that sounds like undue influence. Is there statute limitations down there at good old
I don't know.
South Iron?
Nobody even knows where it's at. Well
There you
enough
go.
for that.
Hidden by the hills.
I'm just saying. I know it can be entertaining.
It's
I'm just
very
saying it's
different
just
and
not.
It's unique.
It's just I mean, like I watch them kids run all the time, and I'm like, man, how do they get any enjoyment out of it? I've tried. I ran a half marathon. It's miserable.
Here's the thing. I tell you what, it takes a special kid to run cross country.
Yeah.
Because you gotta put yourself through pointless effort every single day.
Well, it's not
get
pointless because
it is. Let's be honest. Who thinks that running is fun? Very few people think it's.
well,
running is fun.
evidently there's a
Now-
lot of people that like it.
The reason why it is because they're successful. If you just went out and ran for fun, how many people would do it?
It's a fun run.
Nobody would do it.
I don't do it.
I don't think very many people would do it. Now,
I mean, look at my
there's a
physique.
handful.
I'm going to
of
run
people.
to the fridge.
There's a handful of
Give
people.
me another.
But what it
cold
takes to
root
be
beer?
successful and what this county has produced in
Oh,
the
that's
last
awesome.
50 years as far as cross country runners is beyond amazing, because to get kids to buy into what the community and the county does, and as far as cross country,
You mean buy into 365 days a year is what
yes,
you're trying to say.
absolutely, positively. And you were around that kind of culture of running for a lot of part of your life. You see what it takes to be, that's a dedication that's like no other. Like, you talk about outstanding athletes in basketball, football, whatever. They may not thoroughly work on their sport 365, but they work on their bodies 365 to prepare them. But a cross country runner works on their body for 365, but also the sport itself. Like, they can't take a day off. Like, you take a day off and it affects you, and it really makes a big difference. But to see the dedication in this county,
I'm trying to get a rise out of them, and it didn't work at
you
all.
will never do that. So I'm on it tonight.
Challenge accepted.
I know. I was thinking, I won't. Okay.
All right.
All right.
I'm on another level tonight. I'm just a little fired up tonight. So Chris knows what I'm fired up about. But nonetheless, the point I'm making is
After show topics.
county cross country is at an all-time high right now.
Oh, yeah. It's awesome.
And if you're not doing anything at 10 o'clock in the morning on Saturday, come down to West City Park.
Put it this
and-
way, you're going to have people, you're going to have kids, guys and girls, that aren't even going to get close to medaling or get on the podium at conference, that will be going to state in different classifications.
Correct.
That's how
So is this meet? I know obviously
You're
winning
being
a state championship is, the most
amazing.
important thing
upper
for you.
echelon, yeah.
It's amazing.
Is this bigger because of all the schools and all the talent and all the runners and the programs being as good as they are in different classes?
I don't think it's bigger. I think it's
Take the fact that you winning your class, but you talk about that's
Tell-
bragging rights.
It's a
tell you this,
motivational thing.
If I'm a Herky kid and they were happen to win it, I'm not saying they're going to, or but if we happen to win it, next time I'm running down a Crystal Post's office and there goes the Festus team, I'm like, what's up? Around here that would be big.
Yeah.
Winning that meet.
And I think totally, I coach Rhodes. I'm with Jason here. I don't understand cross country, but respect the heck out of them runners.
Oh yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I
Because-
just couldn't do it. No way.
How can you put your body through that 365?
My foot hurts thinking about it.
But the
My
thing
soul
about
hurts.
it is, like you said,
Yes.
Zach, the biggest thing about it is you got some quality kids that aren't even going to get a medal on Saturday that probably are going to be in the top 30 and be an all-state athlete in their respective class.
And it's the
in
one
2 weeks.
This is a sport where
It's amazing.
you, as an individual, can go win state, and you don't have to have the rest of your team with you. You can do it.
Correct. Correct.
I mean, that is what's so. This is such a unique.
It is.
I mean, I know wrestling. I guess people would say you could do the same, but I mean, in golf, but running is just. I don't know, man. It's crazy to
it's
me.
a
And-
different
and
animal for sure.
One of the big things that cross country does as far as a team sport is, there is no break. Like you can't take a break and say, okay, I got a timeout. I want to rest for 30 seconds. I want to take a timeout because my kid's not running very well. Hey, timeout. Let's stop the race and let me give my kid a little breather. That doesn't happen. I'm sorry.
Yeah. He was doing it right then. That's, man, old habits hard to break.
It is. But you know what? I tell you, I found a new love for the sport. You know, coaching at Herculaneum for the last 11 years. I feel like the biggest thing that I take from this is the amount of dedication it takes to be a good runner. You just can't show up and feel like you're going to get better.
Wait a minute. Can you do that with any sport?
Well, some can.
Depends on how gifted you are.
Some can if they're gifted, but at the same time, they might be gifted in their school, but they may not be gifted as far as outside of their school. Some kids can pick up a basketball, can pick up a tennis racket and be the best in their school, but they may not be the best anywhere else besides their school. So I feel like you can do that at certain points. I don't think you can do it overall. To be successful overall, you can definitely not do that. But you're not doing anything Saturday, come out to West City Park and enjoy some.
Good luck finding a parking spot.
I was going to say, you
may have to walk a marathon to get to West City.
That'll be worth it. It'll be worth it, though. I can tell you
it won't. Look at me. I'm not walking.
Look at me. I ain't walking.
Hey,
I'd walk to a football game like that.
But this Hillsboro cross country team is trying to do something that hasn't been done in conference in a long time, and that's knock off Festus. And this cross country team from Hillsboro is by far one of the best I've seen around in decades.
Those brothers,
the Allen boys.
man.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a fun thing to watch. Like, I mean, that Hillsboro team gave Liberty North a run for their money a couple weeks ago.
And
Liberty North
Literally gave them a run for their money.
Yeah, they did. And Liberty North's ranked ranked in the top 25 in the nation. And Hillsboro gave them a run for their money.
Maybe I should just go to a cross country meet so I can see Blair running from one point to another point.
Zach has seen me a couple times.
Yep.
You're in third.
Keep going.
I'm crazy.
Shouting numbers like they do at practice all the time. I'll be out there at football and they'll be shouting all these numbers. I'm like, what are you? Are
the kids even listening to you?
Omaha.
I know. I know. I wouldn't be listening if it was me.
Computer blue.
I'd be out there running under my breath. I'd be like, "Screw Coach Blair." I do not want to run one more lap.
That probably happens on a daily basis.
How do you motivate yourself? I just hate them so much. They start yelling at me to do something. I'm just like, I just want to run faster so I can get away from them.
That's what always kills me. You know, when kids are. I'm quitting. I don't like my coach. My gosh, we would have quit every sport we
play.
Every single sport.
That's another topic we can discuss on.
Oh,
that.
I wasn't trying to.
No. I know. I'm just saying because we've had those conversations in class, and this is what I've always said because this is an every year thing. Well, then you don't love the sport. Oh, I do. Oh, I love.
No, you don't.
I ain't letting someone take my joy from playing a game tonight, especially I only get so many years to do it.
You might want to wear a uniform. You might want to wear a jersey. That might be what you love. But you don't love the sport.
In the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, I've learned there's a lot more people that just want to be a jersey wearer than to want to put the time in.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
that's the hardest part as a coach. For
cross country, you can't hide.
No,
you don't put the time in, it's going to be shown because you're going to be that person everyone's laughing at the end.
Yeah, and football is the same way.
Oh, yeah, all your sports. I mean,
but you know, you talk about that. How many times in around our county have we seen kids that were really, really good in junior high and knew they were really, really good in junior high, but when they got to the high school level, everybody started to catch up to them, and now they were in the middle of the pack instead of being at the top where they were in junior high. Yeah. And I think that goes to show you the importance of continually working year-round.
I've seen it in basketball a million times where kid's a post player down there at junior high and lights it up, comes to the high school, but he never got any taller than 6 foot.
Right.
And now he's got to play guard if he wants to play because, he's 5'10" and a half maybe, and you can have some post players that's successful at that height, but it's a different animal when you get to the high school level. The speed of the game and all your sports that you play are just so much different.
Yeah,
I'd agree.
100%.
And Well, the other thing that we're talking about, like, and it's
I wasn't
considering.
trying to change the subject.
No, but you're talking about, the different kids around the county, or schools around the county that are successful in their respective sports. There's no other sport that's been as successful in the county than cross country has in the last 2 to 3 decades.
Yeah.
You take all sports, cross country has been the most successful across the state. In state, in this, and this county has been one of the top in the county and the state for a decade or more.
Yeah, I'm confused for a minute.
But
now I got it.
But I just feel like, a lot of that gets unnoticed, and because of the talent level of the amount of kids in our community is unreal. It's unreal to watch, and I've been very fortunate to be a part of Herculean cross country for 11 years now, and I tell you what, we've seen some very talented teams never even get a chance to get to the state meet because maybe we're in a class with Festus or we're in a district with Festus, and we never got a chance to make it to state because of that. But, I think that it goes to show you the amount of dedication it takes to be successful in all sports. I mean, you can't take a bunch of time off and be successful, and it truly shows in cross country.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, Chris, why don't we take a short break since we kind of started the show with a break, and then we come back, we'll talk a little bit about the good old Cardinals and what to do going forward.
Do we want to do that? Because I don't know if I really. Okay, we'll talk about the Cardinals.
What else would you want to do?
I don't know. I think we should talk about the NFL and
Are you going to do that?
and all the flags.
The Cardinal could be a quick thing, but
Yeah.
the NFL, a lot of stuff happened this weekend. They're very interesting.
Interesting. A lot of interesting stuff.
Oh, that one on Brady. Whoa. The Falcons got screwed. They got royally screwed.
We'll cover it here in a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to cover it.
The Chiefs about did, too.
You're watching the coach's box.
Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton, Hall of Fame quarterback and founder of Tarkenton Financial. And this is my good friend and partner, Brian Waits, founder of Waits Financial Services.
Thanks, Fran. At Waits Financial Services, we believe in educating our clients, providing courteous service, and helping every person we work with create a winning game plan for their retirement.
Retirement is a lot like football. You need a solid game plan and great teammates in order to achieve success. That's why I started Tarkenton Financial, to help educate people about their choices and connect them with advisors I trust. And Brian is one of my trusted partners.
I'm here to help you meet your financial goals, minimize your tax burden, and ensure that you have income guaranteed for life. Let's get to work on your retirement game plan.
Call Brian Waits at Waits Financial Services today. You'll be glad you did.
New at Case & Buck's, all-you-can-eat soup and salad all day, every day. Choose from homemade soups like tortellini, loaded steak, green pepper, and many more. 7095 Metropolitan Boulevard in Barnhart, Missouri, just off 55. See our full menu at caseandbucksbarnhart.com.
Imagine an HVAC as unnoticeable as the air itself. Sounds pretty good, huh? The new Daikin Fit. Air intelligence.
Give Home by SMCI a call today at 636-337-4444 or email them at service@homebysmci.com.
I have a question about my listing price.
Updating listing to Lizard Heights.
No, listing price.
Wizard Kites.
Can I talk to a real human agent, please?
Make Vacations by Michael your first choice for adventure. So call Michael Hicks today, 314-496-6122.
You aren't looking for a cookie cutter experience with your agent. You are looking for someone who is going to go above and beyond or think outside the box. You are looking for someone who is going to be there for you no matter what, and someone who is going to walk you through the entire process. My name is Kelly Kaufman with Gateway Real Estate, and my passion is the people I work with. Real estate is personal. A home is not just the four walls, it's the people who live there and the memories you share. That's why I focus on the people I serve and make them a top priority throughout the entire process. I'm there for you. No matter what your budget is, no matter where you are, and no matter how long it takes, I will be there with you every step of the way. If you are looking for an agent who cares about you and will do everything to make sure you are taken care of, give me a call, 314-221-6090.
I'm kind of a social media nerd. I'm also kind of a burglar. The couple that lives here posted online that they're out of town, so I'm turning su casa into mi casa. And if you share every detail of your life on social media, this could be you. So get Allstate, where agents keep you protected from mayhem. Like me.
Mayhem is everywhere. Are you in good hands?
All right, everybody, and welcome to our next segment. Don't know if it'll be the last one because we've had a lot of technical difficulties to start out the show.
What?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody was paying any attention. They probably weren't.
I don't even think anybody watches this.
Hey, if they do, it's just
They're
to make fun of
robots.
us. That's
They're
okay.
robots
They're all. It's
from
all
China.
fake viewers.
They're all fake
Fake-
anyway.
fake viewers.
Fake viewers.
Fake viewers. We're
Fake
killing
viewers.
the market.
Fake.
So,
Fake.
anyway, if you enjoyed our football conversation earlier, you can check out the On the Move with the Caravan football preview with Jim Powers. It's on tomorrow, Thursdays at noon. And Jim's going to be previewing several matchups within the St. Louis metro area and Jefferson County area. Some good ones, some locals teams getting spotlighted, which we always like to do that. And if you want to check out some other content that's free, like our show, like our broadcasts, you can go to scoopswithdannymac.com. Jim puts out a lot of great information there. He highlights a lot of local athletes, not just in football, but in other sports as well, softball, tennis, field hockey. I mean, he's all over the place. And they have content coming out every single day. They have podcasts. They're all about doing stuff and spotlighting kids. It's not like other news outlets where you have to pay to see this stuff. They're doing it for free. Him and Dan McLaughlin, the voice of the Cardinals. So check that out. You can check out On the Move with the Caravan again tomorrow at noon. Should be a good show. We're really excited about it, and might be talking about some teams you guys are all familiar with.
There we go.
Maybe we'll get some Dan McLaughlin on maybe one of our shows maybe sometime.
Oh, maybe. I mean, you got a whole lot to do.
That's what I was getting ready to say. We got to get Jim Powers on here first.
I think time in us.
Jim, yeah, he is.
He is. He's big time.
He's an admin. He's all of a sudden an important role. Like somebody else I know over here.
Your ass.
Really kind of clogs your judgment once you get up there. Really, it messes up your priorities.
It is getting a little cloudy in here. Like I can't
remember perception or reality, right?
Yep.
Perception.
I got some perceptions. All right.
Reality it is.
Speaking of perception, let's go right into it. You want to talk
Flag
about
football league?
NFL. How
I thought we were going to talk about the Cardinals
no,
very quickly.
You wanted to talk about NFL.
I'm just disappointed.
And I had the perfect segue right into it. Why you got to ruin the segue, Chris?
Because I'm all about causing hate and discord amongst the natives. That's what I told you originally.
True that.
So anyway, I mean, we were just literally just talking about it off air. If you watch the game, I mean, it was multiple games.
Yes.
Dude, I have no team involved in Atlanta and Tampa, but since I switched to AT&T Internet, I got the ticket for free, right? And so I'm watching the red zone or whatever, and it's coming, and it goes to the Atlanta game, and Brady gets sacked, and then all of a sudden there's a flag, and I'm probably have the same look on my face as number 97. I think it was 97 for Atlanta did. He's like, if that's roughing the passer, they might as well just take the pads off, take the damn helmets off. We'll just put flags around it. It'll be powder puff.
Yeah.
Well, now wait a minute. You see that Troy Aikman's in a little hot water, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
I believe he paraphrased.
Yeah, basically kind of what you just said, only you said, what did he say, something about dresses?
Dresses.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't say nothing about dresses.
He said powder puff.
I said powder puff.
That's true.
I'll find it here in a second, but
he got trouble for saying put them in dresses.
Something to that extent. And then the next day,
I can't repeat
the
exactly.
next day, you have the same exact situation in the Kansas City game, except this time it's with a fumble.
Oh yeah.
the
It's
football
with
was in the guy's chest.
Yes.
with a fumble, and they call that.
Okay, so I want to go back to what
It
Troy
almost
Aikman
cost
says.
them the game.
So Troy Aikman says he hopes we take the dresses off for roughing the passer calls.
Yeah, that's right.
It's very misogynistic, apparently.
So is it the dresses or is it the taking off of the dresses?
What is the problem here?
Both?
Coming from administrator.
Exactly. How would you rule that? How would you rule?
Is that one
is
this a
infraction?
gray area one?
Yeah,
This is a gray
It's
area.
pretty black and white to me, but Mr. Gray over here.
Troy Aikman is being faced with some cancel culture right now, too, for saying it.
Jeez.
Oh my
Yeah,
god!
he's
Hold
saying
on,
on
where
national
does he
TV.
work? What's he work? What network? Is it ESPN?
Fox.
Okay, well he's okay. If it was ESPN, he
Oh,
gone.
if he has ESPN,
He's gone.
it's over.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah. Can't work for the mouse.
okay.
instead
I'm
of
not, maybe that was insensitive what he said, but I got what he was. What he was saying.
What are you
Cliche of what he was trying to
insinuating
prove.
there, Jarvis? Are you saying women are inferior to men? I'm teasing.
He was just saying.
He was.
I mean,
he was-
Speaking
Yeah.
You know,
terminology.
I mean,
Right.
let's talk about you. Want to talk about professional women playing football? I mean, there were some leagues out there. If you want to talk about it,
There was.
What league were you
I know. They wore pads. I mean,
that's
I
about
just,
it, right?
I just thought that the one in the Atlanta game cost them the game.
Yeah, it definitely did.
But you know exactly what, not exactly, but you know what it was very, very similar to.
Do you say the tuck rule?
No, it was very similar
I was
to
like-
2 weeks earlier or a week earlier when Tua got spun.
This is what it's all.
This is a domino effect.
It's all
Oh,
because of
but he was-
Tua.
But that was not.
Really?
That was.
And that,
Dude, he fell down and it wasn't like Tua's. Tua's was a violent.
Tua's wasn't a flag.
No.
None of them should have been a flag. None. Zero.
Go watch
Zero.
Watch a game on a Saturday and watch those quarterbacks
Go,
get hit.
Wait, go watch that hit that,
Watch a
that
Friday
one,
night one too.
whoever that played for the Cardinals back in the day hit Steve Young and just basically ended his career. That's roughing the passer, and that was a legal hit at the time.
And
Changed.
here's where it gets difficult for these D linemen. These guys can take off and run at the drop of a dime at any point.
Yep.
You're going against Lamar Jackson, so now you're telling me every time I hit him, it's almost called a roughing the passer. But then I have or targeting or whatever. But he can take and run off at any time. Then he could throw me a pump fake like he's still going to pass because he hasn't passed the line of scrimmage yet. You are screwing defense. Period.
Then the slide. Then the slide.
So if I'm already diving at the person, and then he decides to slide, it's going to
or
be a
fake
penalty.
slide.
Oh,
It's taken away from the game.
Or be past the line of scrimmage and pump fake.
I don't know how many people I talked to this weekend that said it's making them not want to watch the NFL.
Because it's not football anymore. It's not football. Not
And
football league.
Americans
No
like
fun league.
football.
Not football.
You know why Americans like football?
Because you get to hit people.
And it's violent.
It's violent.
So one
violent.
of my coach's buddies said he was at the Kansas City game, and he said he was there Monday night, and he said after that call, like in his section, 4 or 5
He told me this too.
4 or 5 different people got kicked out, but one guy got so ticked off he put his foot through the seat and then picked the seat up and threw it into the stands. He was so mad.
And then he said he just walked out.
It is Okay,
I get it because you're paying an arm and a leg to go to a football game, which goes to another point. Why even go to those games when you can watch it at home, comfort of your own home,
And
clothing
maybe throw your own.
optional.
Maybe throw your own recliner.
Throw
in
your own, yeah, right?
I'd much rather throw the Chiefs share than my own. But
It's a little lighter.
dude,
It's a lot lighter.
and I get it. I know we don't want kids. Listen, if I'm playing in the NFL, I'm going to take if I was good enough and could play in the NFL, I'd have took that chance knowing that I could get a concussion. I could get brain damage. I could get paralyzed for the rest of my life. But you know what? I love football, and I took that. I did that and played college ball at a small NAIA and took those chances.
So
I did it at Festus High School. So come on.
So
every day.
So my question. Hang on. My question is then, if defenses have to worry about this roughing the passer BS call, would you have the mindset that you're not going to really try to get the quarterback down, or do you just say, you know what, let's pin our ears back and let's really hit them and make it worth it, because it's 50-50 and probably 70-30 we're going to get called for it. We still have to do our job and stop them, because that's what I'm getting a paycheck. So at the end of the day, I'm going to get a paycheck. Even if I get flagged all these times, and if that quarterback's not playing, especially if it's a division opponent, I might not see him the next time because he might be out.
But you also what does everything always come back to? Money. So the issue is you save the quarterbacks because it's a quarterback driven league. Now what I still don't understand.
Suck.
Okay. They still own multiple days. The NFL still owns multiple days of the week. Okay.
Yeah.
So what I don't understand is this: whether you want to protect the quarterback because you somehow think that's protecting the dollar, but you just said it. It's if the way the game is being played now is making me turn off the channel, then you know what? Hey, if you're the NFL, and as Chris says, the Antichrist over there.
I'm not the Antichrist. He's talking about Roger Goodell.
Yeah, I was wondering what he was talking
about.
Man, he's calling you the. I know.
Dude, I have Christ in my name.
Sorry,
okay?
my bad. But if the NFL is more worried about money, then why don't you say, you know what? Hey, if Brady goes down with a concussion, if Tua goes down with a concussion, if Mahomes goes down, do you honestly think all of a sudden, poof, Arrowhead Stadium's just going to be vacant? No. It's not changing a thing. It's not changing a thing.
Here's what cracks me up. You'll have a team play on a Sunday, and you're worried about the health of these guys, but then they turn around and play on a Thursday on 3 or 4 days.
And they added another game. I just want to throw that out there, too.
And they added another game for the season, and you're saying you're worried about safety. The only reason why Tua even was a safety issue because his fingers looked like that on the
worried
TV.
about money. That's all you're worried
about.
about.
Well, and now you also talk about money because didn't the players already win one lawsuit when it comes to the CTE and the concussions and all of that? So once again, you are protecting the shield. You're protecting your wallet, and so I don't know. You're at some point you are going to change or evolve the game to a situation where it's either going to affect the players or it's going to affect the crowds and the fans and the fanatics. The fans are the ones that drive everything because they're the ones spending money.
That's what I'm saying, though. Go get your money's worth. Go knock the hell out of the quarterback. Get your flag, whatever.
Get your fine,
whatever.
Hey, do it in the first.
But if you're an undrafted defensive end, you're not doing that.
I'm going to find a way to get paid because they're going to say, man, that guy's going to go after the quarterback. That's my job. If I'm a D end or if I'm a blitzing linebacker,
you take that quarterback out in the first quarter, you may win that game. You may win the next time you have to play him if they're a division opponent. And then you may knock them out of the playoffs because they're your best player, their quarterback's gone.
If they're gonna call those,
are you still getting paid?
And I'm still getting paid.
If they're gonna call those stupid penalties, and I think they're absolutely ridiculous. Hell, I even think a lot of the defenseless receiver calls are stupid.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look, you go up for the ball, and the ball's, it's not a good throw, and you're up there in the air. You left your feet. The old rule was don't leave your feet. because now you're fair game. Well, you did. You go to touch the ball. You touch the ball. The guy hits you. They call it defenseless receiver. Oh, it's a personal foul. You know what? I mean,
my job is to make sure the receiver doesn't catch the damn ball.
And you know, a lot of those guys, if you noticed lately with some of those stupid calls outside of the last two, the roughing the passer, which those guys about flipped out. Players, a lot of times, just like whatever, and they just go right back. So, I mean, I think the attitude towards how stupid it is, and I'm just gonna forget it. Probably the other word that starts with F, it. I'm just going to go do my job, and that's what I'm saying. I would just assume I'm just going to go out there and knock the hell out. I'm going to play like Rodney Harrison. Okay. I'm going to be a missile. I'm going to take you out. Find me, suspend me. Great. You're going to be scared of me. You're not going to catch the ball around, or you're going to be afraid. You're going to want to know right where I'm at all the freaking time, and I'm going to be in your head.
Time out. That is all fine and dandy. If you're a lottery baby, if you're a first or second rounder.
No, because I have a reputation.
No, and you know what's going to happen is you're going to get axed.
Nah,
you see it all the time.
No, who have you seen that's been blacklisted for the way that they've hit?
I'm not saying blacklisted.
So that's what you're saying. You're going to get the axe, and you're not going to find a job. Bull butter. I'm going to find a damn job in the NFL.
You don't see it all the time about guys that they get flagged.
Yeah.
It costs them the game, and the next day they're waived. It happens all the time. Do you not watch Hard Knocks? Happens all the time.
It's preseason.
It's a job. It doesn't matter if it's preseason or not. It's their job.
Okay.
So they just, hey, I'm trying to earn a roster spot.
So basically, it's okay if you're a lottery guy and you got all this, high upside stuff.
Why?
The other guys,
because you've invested $23 million signing bonus.
So you know what? Then it's flag football. Don't watch the shit. Real simple. Because they're taking away from the game. You're saying it. Go for it.
That's what I'm saying.
If I'm them, I don't care. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to play. I'm going to do my job. My job is to go get the quarterback if I'm on defense. And that's my job.
Most football players are just gonna play.
They're going to play. You got to let the instincts take over. And you play the way you were coached up and what you've learned all your life, and that's how you're going to go.
And if you don't play with those instincts, that's when you get hurt.
That's when a lot of injuries happen. You sit there and you start thinking about crap. I mean,
you stop.
Yeah. Oh yeah. That's the worst thing you could do.
You stop, and then somebody comes.
So yeah, let me ask you something. So that's okay. This is how stupid this is. So I'm a defensive end, and I just got flagged for roughing the passer. But you know what? I get crackbacked like something terrible, or pancaked, and then maybe that guy fell on me the wrong way. That's okay. I'm a bigger dude. But you throw an old guy like Brady, you get picked on for picking on like a geriatric dude. Yeah, it's cool.
You're getting picked
Brady's
on the guy
a little more athletic than all four of us.
That has the ball in his hand.
You can't pick on old people, apparently.
Hey, the quarterback is what's selling tickets. Sorry, some fourth rounder out of Virginia Tech
okay.
DN is not driving ticket sales.
All right, so all the
That's my
quarterbacks.
point.
Yeah, what? So you're talking about what? 6, 7 quarterbacks in the NFL that are selling tickets. The rest of them are garbage.
Yes.
Baker Mayfield. Who's the quarterback for the Jets? Name
Zach
him.
Wilson.
Oh, okay. What's he ever done? Nothing. He's garbage too. Daniel Jones.
Old women.
Plays for the Giants. Yeah, that's about it. Who even plays quarterback for the 49ers anymore? Jimmy G. He got the job. Wait, he had to get the job back. Because the other guy got hurt.
Right.
And that guy was garbage too. He ain't never going to pan out.
But Jimmy.
Top 7 guys. Top 7. That's the only one.
Look at Jimmy G's winning percentage. It's really good.
But they're not going to watch him. They're not. They're going to watch Debo Samuel. They're going to watch those guys play.
Well,
they're not going to watch that. Jimmy G's
they got one of the top defenses in the league.
He's smart enough to manage the game and does his job. Yeah. Great. He's not selling tickets.
No, he's not. He is not.
He has a better chance of being the biggest draw in The Bachelor than he does being the biggest draw in the NFL.
Oh my God, he's going to be Jesse Palmer.
Aaron Rodgers'
Jesse
brother.
Palmer.
So I'm saying you're talking about it's quarterback-driven league. What? The 7 guys that you can't touch?
But it's a quarterback-driven league because what does the quarterback – hold on, let me finish. What does the quarterback offer? Scoring points. Who wants to watch – how many times have we already heard who wants to watch Thursday Night Football with the Broncos when it's 11-9 or it's 12-9 or it's field goal this, field goal? Okay?
I mean,
but how many people said it's so boring? People want more and more and more. They want points.
Be creative then. Hey, put the emphasis on these other guys too. I mean, Ezekiel Elliott's a fairly good back. Why can't we spotlight him. I mean, LaDainian Tomlinson, talking about when I was growing up, he was a big deal. I mean, and running backs were
Marshall Faulk.
Faulk's another one.
But it's not that league.
I know it's not. But you know what? Those guys, Saquon Barkley, a hell of a lot better than the middle to lower tier quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right.
Okay? Matt Ryan he's an afterthought. Carson Wentz, really?
Right.
Trevor Lawrence, still ain't there. Whoever is playing quarterback for the Texans,
Mills, Mills dude.
So basically, the Texans Jaguars game that was it on Thursday Night Football, or I don't know, whatever the Thursday Night Football games. By the way, you talk about the NFL owning days; those games suck so bad. Russell Wilson's even garbage. Okay, so who is selling tickets? The 7 guys. That's the ones we're talking about. So we got to protect the 7. Magnificent 7. The rest of them, piss on them. For everybody, it don't care. CT, great. You're done. Okay.
Hey, and it got called that way. Tom Brady got called that way. Patrick Mahomes.
I know.
Got called that
but
way.
I like Tom Brady's answer though. Whenever they asked him about it, he goes, "I don't throw the flags." He didn't reach over there and grab the flag out of there and toss it and be like,
now,
dude, right
this
there.
goes into another argument when we talk about officiating or referees. Whether
we don't talk about officiating.
No, NFL.
Our officials are great here in Missouri.
We're not talking high school.
Especially basketball ones. Wonderful.
Well,
except the ones that are Bruce's family who always referee in Perry County.
Yeah. But we're not talking about them.
Love
we're
you,
not
Coach.
talking about the Valroys.
Bruce doesn't watch this show, by the way.
We're talking about the NFL. We're talking about the NFL and Major League Baseball. Now, we're all for unions, okay? We get that. We understand the purpose for it. But when you don't fire bad employees, this is what you get in both NFL and Major League Baseball. If you would have fired Joe West and Angel Hernandez and any of these other guys that you know, I can't remember that.
For it.
I can't remember the guys. Anyway,
Dinkinger?
No. Not Deckinger, yeah.
MLB,
He was great.
MLB. It's not Buck Showalter because he's the manager, but there's another guy.
All right, your story.
Anyway, the point is that if you fire
Get to
those
it.
guys and you bring new people in and you don't protect them through the union, then you know what? Maybe you do have a better product on the
I'm
field.
so parched. I don't know. Right? What about the? He brought up the MLB.
Yeah.
He brought up what are the Cardinals going to do?
We're going to take a break and go back to it?
No,
So-
just
we're
stay
taking
here.
a break.
Just
Why are we
on
taking a
that.
break?
Take a
Jason
break.
can get a.
We
get a
said it was
drink.
going to be a short one.
Yeah.
I'm asking.
Here's the thing.
We're answering. No.
Hey, let's just summarize the Cardinals' postseason experience this year.
Oh, I didn't even watch it.
Blow it first
1
game,
for 8.
and they can't hit.
1 for 8.
If we're not going to hit, it don't matter.
Goldie and Arenado.
It doesn't matter what decision
San
Marmol
Diego
makes
still
in game one.
Oh.
If it doesn't matter what Marmol decision he makes to pull whoever he pulls or put it into whoever he puts, it doesn't matter. If we can't hit the ball, we don't deserve to win. And we didn't hit at all on Friday.
Other team didn't either.
But the other team didn't either. You're right.
Helmsley just
I'm not-
went full Rick Ankiel.
I'm not
He
putting
didn't go
all.
full Rick
Yes, he
Ankiel.
did.
I'm not.
Yes, he
I'm-
did.
He
was
put it-
hurt.
He puckered.
I
up
think he was
that He
hurt.
never should have pitched, and that's on Marmol.
Yes.
It is our
But hold
Marmol.
on, time out. How,
It's
he
his
was hurt.
fault.
He was hurt. He pitched in 8th. He pitched a great 8th inning,
Okay.
and then came out and puckered up.
Why pitch him another inning? Why not throw Quintana an extra inning
Why
and
did you
push
bring
everybody
Helmsley
back one?
in to
Why-
begin with?
I don't disagree. But what I said was
Well, I do the 5-out thing too. And there's not much I don't.
I would
agree with
go
you.
4 outs. I just don't like. I think you overexpose the guy.
I don't. You can't pitching. Listen, as a
I'd agree.
former pitcher, it is about rhythm, and what it winds
Left-handed
up.
people can do amazing things, apparently.
Hey, and it's about
Throw
rhythm.
baseball.
Listen, it's about rhythm, and it's about staying on tempo. And when you go in for 1 out or 2 outs, and then you have to go sit, everything that you did, your adrenaline as a closer, everything, your focus, all of that, it goes away. And now all of a sudden you want me in 5-6 warm-up pitches to get right back in the zone. That's not how closers operate. They go in, it's high adrenaline, high leverage, and then that's that. The fact that you had to pitch him multiple innings, that was
I just
the poor
think
decision.
the poor decision again. Quintana's dealing, and you're like, well, I want to have him go 3 times through the order. He just made Schwarber look stupid 3rd time through the order.
I know, that's what I didn't understand.
Why pull 75 pitches?
As stupid as he made him look, and then you're going to pull him. I'm like,
go to these other go to the other team. No,
Quintana did his job.
Quintana did, but he didn't get to finish the job. You look at the other teams. Nola, how many innings did he pitch? What do you go 6, 7?
Yeah.
These other guys are pitching. Musgrove pitched how many? 7 innings. Yeah, again, if you're dealing, take your calculator, and throw it out the door. You're stupid. You are thinking that. And if we can't figure out how dumb it is in the playoffs with the calculators, go back and look at the Rays when Blake Snell was dealing, and they pulled him. And how did that work out for him? You got to go with your gut. If you're not doing that, then you are not the manager. You are not someone who's in charge. You're trash. You're not even making decisions at that point.
Well, and we've known this. That's why Schilt got fired.
Here's why Marmol. This is Marmol's fault anyway. Your lineup. Okay, so you're going to bat Pujols at 2.
Right.
Why would you take the guy that he's hitting great. You need his bat. Why not go with Nootbaar in the 1 hole? Then you put Donovan, who's going to see a lot of pitches and have a good at bat because he's one of the best in baseball at seeing pitches. Right. How many pitches per at bat he sees? Get Goldie and Arenado a chance to maybe have somebody on and protecting those guys, and then Pujols. If let's say both those two sucked, which they did, and great, they had great season, they're great players. I think people are too hard on, but then you got Pujols there, and you got Nootbaar or Donovan on, and Pujols hits them home. If Pujols gets on like he did, he's at first.
You're base to base.
You've got to hit the ball
over the fence,
into a gap where the guy maybe gets shot by a sniper for Pujols to score from first. He's not going to leg out a double.
Oh, he's so bad running.
But he's bad plantar fasciitis
in his mid-40s. Come on now.
He's like 58 years old.
Are you going to get out there and leg out a double?
Jason got there and leg you out a double.
Right now, there is no way.
Well, he's had just as many. He's had how many foot surgeries on his feet, and you're over there like, I want to run. He ain't going to run.
But if I'm a pitcher, am I going to think about, in my concept this year, okay, I got to pitch to Arenado, and to Goldie and Arenado, and then to Pujols. Mm-hmm. If I'm pitching to Pujols first, well, I know if I give up a single, it ain't gonna hurt me.
Nope,
ain't gonna hurt me.
Nope, and they did.
If I didn't hurt him. If I give a single to Arenado or a double to Arenado or a double to Goldie, now I got Pujols up that can hit the ball. Right now, that's what he's doing. He's smoking and seeing the ball really well.
Yeah,
I mean.
He's done seeing the ball. But go ahead.
Yeah, he is now. But the point of it I'm making is if he's in the 5 hole, I think you see him having a lot more. How many times did he play in the 2 hole? Hitting the 2 hole all year.
Well, he did at the end try to get 700, but it's not the conducive lineup to
that was
to
the
win
only
and
way.
drive and run.
Here's my
and
other
they didn't
question.
drive and run.
Without even talking about that part of it, honestly, 3-game series. Our top 3 pitchers versus their top 3 pitchers, I would take their top 3 every time.
Yeah.
Especially who we had out there for the top 3.
Our pitching, our starting pitching did excellent.
It was great.
I'm not saying they did bad. I'm just saying, I don't know.
This is a conversation I had with my dad. My dad was watching playoff baseball. I know, it's weird. Because he
he's a Yankees fan.
Well, he also hates the liberal agenda, and baseball kind of supports it. Anyway, that's my dad. So anyway, we're having this conversation. Of course, he's just like, Cardinals sucked. And it's like, yeah. But you know what? Once they wrapped up the division, they didn't have anything to play for except Pujols hitting 700 home runs. And the rest of the season, you've got other teams like the Phillies are fighting every damn day to get into the playoffs. Yep. And they're hot going into the playoffs. Right now, they're hot. I don't know if the game was rain delayed. I was going to watch it before he came here or fall asleep. And they already won the first game.
Right.
And so how many games in a row have they won? They've also played a bunch of road games in a row.
We looked so disinterested after
Yeah, that was it.
division.
He was
That
like, hey,
But we
Pujols,
still mathematically had an opportunity to get that bye and to get one of the top.
But
top
but
two.
how's that bye really worked out?
Hasn't so
but
far,
but still, you play
How's
to
that,
win
how's
the
that
game.
higher seed worked out?
I think
Seed.
the way that the playoffs are now has really taken away from the concept of here. Let's give everybody a chance. Let's give more teams an opportunity to make the playoffs. And but here's the thing. You're exactly right. But Cardinals won their division. They got nothing to show for it.
Division banner.
But that's it. But
some T-shirts.
But once again,
say we own the Central.
The D Wallet was all about that. I mean, that made him money. Like, that. Hey, we made the postseason. We won the division. What else you guys want?
Hosted 2 playoff games. Made the
Hosted
money.
2 playoff. I did see a Cubs meme that said, "Hey, congratulations! The Cardinals played 2 more games than us. Whoop-de-doo." It's kind of funny.
Still 2 more games though.
But here's the thing, though. I disagree. I disagree
Shocker.
wholeheartedly with you when you make the comment, "Oh, people are ragging on Goldie and Arenado."
They are.
No. You went 1 for 8. Do your job. You're supposed to be the faces of the franchise going forward. You're the 3-hitter. You're the 2-hitter.
Oh,
you're
they could do better.
You're the MVP. You're the MVP candidates. And I'm sorry, you guys sucked in the playoffs. You didn't do your job. You're one of the reasons why we didn't score runs, because that is your duty to do that.
You said duty.
And you went 1 for 8. 1 for 8.
Yeah.
Well, and
The 45-year-old had more hits than both of you combined.
Yeah,
he's also pretty
and
good.
to be as excited as that it looked like Arenado was to win the division, and then just to lay a big goose egg.
Just Goldie, I mean, you could have had a blindfold on and had better swings than he did,
Oh, that last
which
one
then
in
goes
there,
back
God.
to
What happens when you're in a slump, Zach?
what happens when you're in a slump. Well,
in baseball,
what you need to
you're a
do-
baseball player.
What
You're
you
in a
need
slump.
to do is that you need to take the calculator, throw it out the window, see ball, hit ball. Oh wait, but that's not their philosophy. That's not their
That's
philosophy.
in the numbers.
Well, it's not the Jeff Albert way.
Exactly.
That's
And how
not
did the
the
Jeff
new
Albert way?
baseball.
Gotta
Hey,
go.
It works
you
great
go-
when you have trash cans.
Listen. You go all the way back to
Improve the
Moneyball.
trash
Go
cans.
all the way back to Moneyball.
Doesn't
They
get on
said
base.
it back then.
Doesn't
It's
get on base.
great for the regular season. It is not built for playoff baseball
Except when the Boston Red Sox win.
because they bought all of that, all of those players. Okay, so it's like the it's you saying it's like the LA Dodgers when they buy the World Series because they have that payroll.
What? Okay.
Now
But they also
go ahead.
draft really. Their farm system is amazing.
Oh, the Dodgers is.
Yeah. And the Red Sox
But you know why?
traded
because
for their
they
talent.
don't trade. The Dodgers don't trade, and they don't give away. They buy. It's free agent market.
They
buying.
traded for Mookie Betts.
Okay, one player.
They traded for, was it Adrian Gonzalez, Carl Crawford, those guys when they first started winning it. Manny Ramirez, they traded and got him.
You talking about Boston? Or you talking about Dodgers?
I'm talking Dodgers. You said
said
Mookie Betts
they
was
buy.
one. No, buying or trading?
They buy
Free agency?
yes, free agency.
Okay, well, yeah, and then look
Buying.
at the
Yes.
look at the rest
we
of the
need
guys.
to buy.
we need to buy.
We need to buy
Now, hold
Contreras.
on.
We need
You
to buy
guys
all
brought
kinds
this
of
up-
people.
You guys brought this up at the deadline, okay, about Soto.
Should've
Now,
went
how about
Soto.
this? Should have went Soto. Now, I don't think we get there without Quintana and Montgomery.
Still say we
but
could've
hold
got
on.
both of them.
Now, let me ask you this.
That's what I said.
We can't trade Carlson. He is our center fielder,
He's
but
hurt.
he's not in the lineup during a playoff elimination
hurt.
game.
He's hurt.
What do you mean he's hurt? He pinch ran.
I know.
Then he
Did he
ain't hurt.
swing? He had a thumb issue.
Played.
He took one off the thumb.
A thumb issue.
Oh
Listen
my
to what
gosh.
you're saying.
I'm just telling you.
Oh my
what-
goodness. Oh my goodness.
Sorry, what?
Did you just say a thumb up the rear?
Oh my goodness.
You sicko.
I mean, that's how bad it was.
Little Jack Horner over here.
You guys are sick.
I mean, seriously, we're on baseball. I have to at least. I mean, we have to replace Yachty, which ain't gonna be
And?
hitting wise won't be much, but it's the other stuff.
The best thing for the Cardinals is to go to robot umpires.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Because then you don't need a Yachty, a catcher. You don't need a Yachty catcher.
You don't need to worry about framing.
You don't need to worry about
but
framing.
you still got to call the game. You still have a guy who can call the game.
That's called the coach.
Not all the time.
That's called the coach. That's why you have a pitching coach. The only reason why they don't is because you had Yachty. Like
Mike Maddox can't see that far,
but he can use his calculator.
Then
my feeling is Mike Maddox needs to go.
Then Kisner's our catcher in Zach's world.
Yeah.
Me, I'm Contreras.
If it's Ghost Robot,
I'm going to go get Wilson Contreras.
I want Contreras too. I want. Hey, I already said it in our group chat. You need an entire new outfield of 6'4", 250 power hitters.
Where do you find those guys?
Cuba. Everybody else is
Cuba.
there.
There's
go.
not that many
money.
Aaron Judges
out
there. There's only one Aaron Judge.
Yordan Alvarez.
And we can't afford him.
He's 6'8".
We can spend money.
Yordan Alvarez. You see what he did last night.
You go
That dude
and
can
you
flat out
buy.
rake.
You go and you buy and you say, you need a whole new outfield. If you want to keep Carlson because you think he's going to be a Gold Glove or whatever, okay, fine. Bro, Neal's got to go. You got to get corner in.
No.
No.
And he's not saying anything about we
Well,
got to keep him.
I didn't say give him another year.
Can't defend him. He knows that.
How the hell can I defend what he did?
Exactly.
He sucked.
He
Corner
sucked.
outfield, a DH, and I would take a power hitting catcher or
No.
somebody that can hit double-digit home runs.
What about your shortstop?
I want
Tommy Edmonds, great.
I'm gonna tell you what.
What,
We're gonna have
Carlos
this conversation.
Correa?
We're gonna be having this
And then you
conversation
move him over
in October of
But then what
2023.
What about Gorman?
I
Ain't gonna change.
use Gorman and O'Neal, and I go get somebody who can flat out hit because you're going to take the upside on
Why
those
do you
two
have
clowns.
to trade?
We're gonna
Buy.
have this same
Buy.
Because they're
conversation
not
in
gonna-
October of 2023.
Zach, how old are you?
Old.
Okay, so you're
October.
old AF.
Unfortunately.
Let me
He's
tell you right
40.
now, that you haven't realized this in your old AF years, is the fact that they are not going to do that. They're not going to go out to free agency. We're not getting Aaron Judge because we're not selling the farm. We didn't do it with Pujols. Do you really think with inflation and the money going up, they're going to do it now? Just say no. It's not happening.
No, it's
they're
not.
going to do it. We all sit here
We
and they
said Aaron
piss
wanted
and moan.
well, some of us wanted Soto, and they didn't do that. And they could have afforded Soto and both pitching that they did.
Yeah.
Could have afforded all that.
With all the trade pieces
Yes.
that they could have gave up, they could have got everybody that we talked about.
Carlson is this
Carlson, we will not get over my dead body. That's what Mo said. So guess what? His dead body and his broke thumb, whatever he's got going on, he didn't play.
Sounds
Great.
like just like Colby Rasmussen. How'd that work out?
Well, it was great when we traded him and got
Exactly.
Edwin Jackson, the guy who pitched for
Edwin
everybody,
Edwin
Zaczynski, or known as
Scrabble.
Scrabble.
But I'm going to keep telling you guys this. We'll be saying this same exact thing in October
Sure.
of
I
2023.
told you what I said's going
because
to happen.
the wallet will not spend the money.
I would trade.
Because the St. Louis Cardinal fan base is going to show up.
Jordan Walker.
And going to watch the game.
I
told you.
And going
That's why I
to
said-
pay the price.
He's
Jordan
not
Walker
going to
come to the
start.
game.
He's not going to start next
If
year.
they-
You're talking about their best lineup? I have Jordan Walker DH.
He's not even
We
going to be
are
on the 40
not
man.
going to
He
spend
will,
money.
He will by May.
He has to be.
He will by May.
This is my thing. How do you spew all this BS they spew, and he has to be up there?
Because
why these other
because we're
teams are
fan-
doing
we're
it?
fans.
Why
Because
can
we're
we not
fanatics.
do it? Why can these other teams bring up 19-year-olds?
The BFIB
I'm so
keeps coming to the game.
But we don't want to give up the farm.
Okay, wait. The reason why they can keep
clock.
doing that and they just say it and then not do those sort of things is
I know because
nobody
3 million of us will show up.
They-
Not
they'll
me.
show up.
I can't tell you the last time I've been to a baseball game.
and the Oakland A's and their fans are just like,
went
yeah, we're
Saturday.
not going to go. Sorry, tough, and they just don't show up because they need a new stadium and they want a better product, and the ownership does want to do it. So they're like, okay, great. I mean, there's more people in my hometown, I think, than on an average in an A's game.
Yeah.
There's only 360 people.
It's
in
just
Annapolis,
I'm
by the
just
way.
so sick and oh, you guys are spoiled Cardinal fan. You don't realize how good you have it. Blah, 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 blah. Shut up.
You know what? We don't realize how good
We're
we
about
have.
ready to enter.
But I'm
I
a-
told you the
but
the
I'm gonna
90s.
tell you
No,
what.
We
they
in
won't.
all-
No, they won't.
Everybody else around us
Expanded playoffs. We don't
will
get
start
those.
spending money because of all
No, it won't.
the expanded.
No, it won't.
Everybody else will.
Everybody else
Pittsburgh's
does.
gonna spend money.
You're going to guarantee this.
Nobody in the Central is going to spend money
Not
except the
Central.
Chubs.
Not Central.
Sorry, the Reds aren't going to do it. They did it, and then they sold everybody like it was the Florida
The Brewers and the Cardinals are the only
Doesn't
two
matter.
teams
You're
that are
still
going to
not going to
The
be
Brewers
World
won't either. They
Series.
cut all their salary. The only team that's going to do it, and they had to, is the Cubs. They'll wait. They'll tank for another couple years, and then they'll get all these young guys, and then they'll buy a couple pieces, and they'll try to make a run because that is the formula for teams to do whenever you start having to pay people. So. It'd be like the Orioles right now. They're starting to get a bunch of young talent. They actually were really, I thought they were pretty good, especially towards the end of the year. And they brought all those young guys up, and now they're starting to play. So they're going to go through a spurt where they're going to have those guys, and they'll do the same thing. And when they all want to leave for free agency and make a bunch of money, they'll sell all the pieces off, and they'll tank for another couple years. And it'll be the same cycle.
Well, Coach Rhodes said, why don't you just go be a Cubs fan then?
I'm not going to because I have a soul.
No.
I'm always going to be a Cardinals fan. The problem is you just have it's like being a Mizzou fan at times. You just know that the inevitable is going to happen.
But here's the
Like the Georgia game, I knew. I sat there and watched it. I stayed and watched it and watched it. I went, oh, here it comes. Here it blankety blank 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 comes. And I'm screaming at the TV, and my wife's, what's your problem? I'm like, what's my problem? I'm a Mizzou fan. That's my problem.
I mean, and I'm a Cardinals fan, and I hate seeing it. I mean, it's to the point where it's like, man, I don't even know if I want to watch any other baseball. And then I watch other baseball. I'm like, wow, I like it. Still like it. But then it makes me sad because, here we have the second most wins in baseball history as far as World Series wins. And it's been a hot minute since we've won.
Here's the thing. And they said it at Molina and Pujols' ceremony. DeWitt did, and he said, we've had a Hall of Famer since like 1903 or something like that. Okay. Now, I still think at some point Arenado's going to be a Hall of Famer. Goldie's going to probably be a Hall of Famer as well. So we'll continue that streak.
I don't know if Goldie's going to be a Hall of Famer.
The difference is this, though. You are going into a new era of Cardinal baseball because you are losing 20 years of Yadier Molina and Albert Pujols. And yeah, we can talk about all the years when he left, but you are entering a new phase of St. Louis Cardinal baseball.
I would agree.
And that is why I say here's what's going to wind up happening next year. You're going to have the same roster. You're gonna have the same roster, and it's going to be all these young kids. Well, we're going to wait and see, and we're going to see what they give us, and then we're not going to sell. Okay, you guys talked about DeYoung. DeYoung will be on the roster.
No, he will not.
Brony will be on the roster.
DeYoung was on the freaking playoff roster.
He's gone.
No, he's not because he's owed money.
He's owed $9 million.
He ain't going anywhere. It's Matt Carpenter. It's Matt Carpenter all over again.
He'll sign that paycheck.
Why would you not cut bait?
Give me
because
that
if he
$9
gets
million,
picked up
here
by
you go.
anybody else, you don't have to worry about paying all his salary.
And somebody will pick him up.
Somebody will pick him up. I mean, hell, I'd trade him
not
for
a
a
bad
bag
defender.
of bats.
He's not a bad defender.
I'm just telling you right now.
Somebody will
I think
pick
it's
him
gonna
up.
be a new. I think it's going to be a new era. Now
It's
the
not going to
fact
be a
that
new.
we're
You're not.
in-
It's not going to go back to being the '90s, though. It's not
I
going to be
think
like
so.
where they suck and
Why?
they can't.
Because
they
the
make
rest
plays.
of the Central's that bad. That's the only
That's
reason
one.
why.
And
That's
two,
one.
you have expanded playoffs.
And our
Okay,
pitching,
what's that
our
got to do
pitching
with the
staff
slice
ain't
of
going to
bread?
be
Our pitching and our defense is still going to be good. It doesn't matter if we have O'Neal for 20 games that he can only play healthy, and anybody else. Nootbaar's a good defender in the outfield. When Carlson plays his 100 games, he's going to be a good defender, and they'll find somebody to patchwork the damn thing up, and your infield's still good. Even with DeYoung, if DeYoung was your everyday shortstop, he is still a good
but
defender.
what did you not address in anything that you just said? That's why it's going to be a
I
new
still
era.
think
Baseball's
New
different.
era, it's not going to be a new era. It's going to be the same thing we've seen. They're going
It's not going to be Whitey Ball. It's a Whitey Ball roster.
Gone.
It's
a
not a
Whitey Ball,
Whitey
but
Ball
they're not
roster.
going to. It's a calculator league,
It's a calculator league.
and so that's and they're
It's not a
going
Whitey
to.
Ball roster, though.
It's not a power hitting roster
They also were third in the NL in runs.
this year. I'm talking the future.
Okay.
Those guys are gone. Pujols is gone.
Pujols was a
24 of them.
abnormality to the
Yachty's gone.
Yachty didn't
Yachty
do
didn't
anything
do
with the bat.
crap.
They're the straw that stirs the drink.
They
They're
didn't. Oh,
gone.
so they stirred it to hit the home runs. No.
Did you not watch the second half of the league when Goldie and Arenado were struggling? Who was the guy that was hitting the home runs?
Pujols.
Exactly. He ain't back.
24.
He picked us up.
How many did Goldie and Hernado have between them? Over 60.
I mean, Judge had 62 by himself.
Oh, I know. But I'm just saying.
Hey, Schwarber would have been a good pickup.
I'm fine with. If I had to choose right now at the outfield, I'm keeping Newt, and I'm
Get rid of everybody else. I'd agree.
Yeah, and I think they're gonna hit the trade market. I do, because they're not gonna sign anybody. We've been over this 100,000 times. They're not going to sign anybody.
Okay, let's put a
for big money.
ribbon on this, and I want to get into Draymond Green.
No, Jesus.
Right before we leave here,
That's a good one to get into. And
Draymond and Devontae Adams. So for those of you that don't know
or watch sports, Draymond Green,
or ESPN,
or
or
ESPN,
Twitter, or anything,
the Golden State Warriors, Draymond Green, a video tape leaks of a practice where Draymond
talking about practice,
Draymond cold cocks. I don't know if you want to. It's not a sucker punch, but Poole. It would be like right now. Jarvis punching me in the face like he always wants to do, but actually does.
Yeah, but Draymond ran at him. It was like
Poole pushed him away like this.
Yes, Poole was walking away,
and then he just pushed him because they kind of started doing whatever. Now there's
Jawing
no
each other.
audio. At least I haven't seen a video that has any audio, so we don't know what was said before. We don't know the context before the event. All we know is Draymond just absolutely Colcocks Poole, and Poole goes limp. Draymond gets on top of him, and the next thing you know, players are there, and then the tape cuts off. He only gets fined. Okay, he only gets fined. Now Devontae Adams pushes a guy that's working for ESPN, pushes him down, shoves him down at the Kansas City game. He got charged with a misdemeanor.
Does it surprise you?
Talking about practice.
Oh my goodness! How?
Well, that's the thing with Devontae Adams was on national TV and
Draymond Green's video.
It wasn't his teammate,
Yep.
and that's a different.
Okay, this is worth in a misdemeanor charge, and then
It was a little more than what you just did.
Okay, fine, whatever. But it wasn't the cold cock that Draymond Green absolutely just annihilates Poole. Annihilates him.
And Poole,
You got knocked up.
He did.
No
he
doubt.
went limp.
and
It
Poole,
was UFC just for a split second.
and Poole was he's a significant part of that team now.
Oh yeah.
Hey, wait, teammates fight. Come on.
Now this is the thing.
Sure they do.
If there wasn't any video,
Yeah, it wouldn't be a big deal.
it would-
Hamilton House.
Well, do you think that happens in every locker room in every sport in America?
I mean, I've had kids fight. They're on the team, but
I'm talking about professionals who are getting paid millions of
Yeah,
dollars.
it happens.
Okay.
Happens every
It
day.
probably happens more.
That's
it
what I'm
happens
saying.
more than what we
Maybe
know.
not every day, but
sometimes you
it
talk about
happens.
practice. They just say, you know what? One's not good enough. I'm going to grab two helmets and I'm just going to start swinging like Aaron Donald did, right?
True.
Hey,
That's assault, brother.
I guess if I was on that team,
Which one? Talk.
Golden State,
Okay.
and I think it depends on what the context of the whole situation was.
Yes. If he was talking about his mom
Or there was
combat
Poole or Draymond?
whoever,
Whichever.
I don't know, man. It's and you can't compare this to the Jordan Kerr. I mean, this is not
no,
a
no.
Jordan Kerr.
no.
No.
And Devontae Adams is an idiot. I mean, you can't do that.
No.
That guy's doing his job. I mean, think about those guys who are running the camera crew for Major League Baseball in the playoffs, like Fox. When that guy is rounding third, and the basically the camera is literally right here in your face as you're running, and he's running back. What happened if that guy just hey, you got a little too close and he pushed him? That's that dude's job. You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's there. He's getting that footage of you
Yeah,
going
the
to locker room.
Devontae Adams thing's kind of
That's just stupid.
that was dumb.
I like what that's what
think
Power
he-
say. Like, it's just stupid.
I just think he lost it. He flipped.
You know what? Hey, don't get beat and be pissy about the fact that you had a 17-0 lead, and then you do stupid stuff.
He didn't. fantasy team won that week.
I don't even want to talk about it. Jarvis doesn't even know how to log into his fantasy thing.
Talking about me at flip phones. How about this guy over here? www.whatsgoingon.com.
I'm ticked off. Kevin's got it all screwed up. I can't get on.
What? It doesn't even matter.
Passing the blame.
You won.
You saw our tech problems tonight.
I hate you. You won. I overthought. I was like, oh, okay, hey, this guy's going there.
I couldn't even look at my lineup.
I switched the guys out of the lineup who scored a combined 60 points for some dudes who completely scrubbed it up. This is how bad
Was
the
I
NFL
playing
is.
you?
Yes.
You're playing me this week, so don't figure it out either.
I
Beat the hell out of it.
Why can't Kevin just start he needs to go in there and start my best lineup. I can't go in there.
Start my best line.
I can't even
time
look
out.
at it.
Time out. You want to talk about what
What?
Kevin. So, we do this league and then we don't do the draft. And miraculously, the draft continues without us, without any of us. Guess who had the number 1 draft pick? Kevin. Kevin.
Who's even winning the league?
It's not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do we pay for this?
No.
No.
Okay,
all
good.
free.
Then I don't
Of
even
course
care.
not.
We don't pay for anything.
Yeah.
Well, there's 2 different standings. Zach's in first right now in 3 and 2 in the
There's
East.
2 divisions.
And then Jarvis is in first in the West at 3 and 2.
He's kind of like when you do March Madness and you do the bracket and you fill it out. So you have your bracket, but then you do another one just for fun where you just take a coin and you toss it. And you do that. He's the coin toss team right now.
Well, yeah, because I can't even change my lineup. I can't do anything.
Yeah, just leave it there. Let it
Just
play.
leave it there.
I just
I'll
let my
leave
players
it there.
play.
That guy can't play. Oh, well. That's like in one of my other leagues. Gosh dang, played Michael Thomas. I didn't know he was going to be out. And I still won by over 100. So I was like, well, okay. Yeah, I had Allen.
That'll do
And
it.
I had his receiver, Davis.
Travis
Oh,
Kelsey
my
had him
goodness.
a game.
And I had Kelsey. So there
Holy
you go.
moly, yeah. Just those 3
Yeah.
probably.
I went all in on Bills this year, and I drafted
The dude from the Bills who had a great game scored 30 points by himself. He had a garbage game or several garbage games. I was like, okay, well, I'll play
Davis.
Yeah,
You had
I
him
know
too,
he's
yeah.
on the bench. and
I
he's-
had to start him because a couple of my other receivers were hurt in that league.
I wish
too,
my guys were
so-
hurt. My feelings were hurt after that. What really made it bad was the fact you still can't log in. I'm like, dude, I got beat by a guy that doesn't know how to turn the damn thing on.
Control Alt Delete.
I've got it'll let me go to because I'm in another league on ESPN.
Maybe
so
he
I
needs-
can see that league, but I cannot see this league. And it shows in my email, so I'll click on it. It'll take me to the league, and then when I
Signed
click,
in is a different thing.
and then when I go in there, it kicks me out and says you're not authorized, or the one
Hey,
you're not in this
Who's
league.
ahead in the pick 'em? Because we also do Kevin comes up with some games, and we pick 4 games a week.
Jeff. Jeff is in first.
You mean Jim?
I mean, Jim.
I was about to say, who the hell is Jeff?
Jim?
Imaginary
Jim
friend?
doesn't count. He hasn't been here in who knows how long.
That's why I said-
He's got to get here.
He's part of the Off
Talk
the
about
Rails media family.
Casper. Yeah, hey.
He just sent me a message, and I sent it posted on their Facebook. I said, "Who's this guy? Who is this?" I don't know who this is. Really, he says.
Big time.
And
Big
so,
time in
You're just happy someone else's Casper is.
That's right. Gotta have somebody alongside.
gotta
me.
have a whole swarm of ghosts.
That's
You're
right.
gonna have to put a fork in me. I'm done, man. Done. I'm tired.
He whipped.
I'm whipped.
I get it too.
And
got
I
2 more
know
days.
Chris is whipped, and we beat this. I mean, we could beat the Cardinals, and I could talk about it for hours. It'd be unending.
You mean never ending?
Yeah, you know what I meant.
Never ending story.
You know what I meant?
The one with the dog.
That's my Festus English.
Better than the Illinois English.
Yes, for sure.
True.
I speak American here in Illinois.
True.
Here in America.
Yeah.
That's
Oh,
the
Lord.
The Departed.
You guys are jacks.
Wow.
Jacks.
Your words hurt.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Jacks.
Next thing you know, he's going to be singing that song, Michael Jackson. Beat it.
My goodness. All right. Again, if you didn't hear earlier because we had technical difficulties,
Of course they didn't because
Probably.
we had technical difficulties.
or we didn't have any audio, you can check out Jim Powers, who hasn't been on the show in a long time.
I bet he'll have that audio working. Yeah.
No.
No technical difficulties for
Whatever.
10 hours.
Deputies for
It
Danny
scoops with Danny.
Mac.
Oh, I'm sorry. That's coming. It's tentacle too. I don't know what's going on. So anyway, if you want to check out some good matchups previewed by Jim Powers tomorrow, check out On the Move with the Caravan football previews. It's gonna be on tomorrow at noon.
He turned us on.
It's presented by Offtherails Media and Scoops with Danny Mac. Check out some more great content that focuses on highlighting athletes in the St. Louis metro area. You can check out scoopswithdannymac.com.
Catch you off guard?
Not at all. We can talk about Illinois all day long, buddy. Doesn't bother me. But anyway, we appreciate you guys hanging out and wanting to be part of
This
debacle, debauchery, whatever you want to call it. But
all for free.
It's all for free. You get what you pay for.
Right.
But anyway, we will see you guys next week, hopefully, or whenever we do the show next.
Another episode.
Ever another riveting episode of the Coach's Box. Good night.